Oh, I'm so fat. No, George, I was going to say that I'm
Going to the toilet?
No, I'm
Hungry?
George, I'm about
To book a holiday?
No, I was thinking I might
Go out and buy some ice cream?
No,
Make some pancakes?
no,
Buy a dog?
no, George. I think I might go and put my slippers on.
Slippers?
Yes, slippers. My feet are really cold.
That's really boring, Dad. I thought you were going to say something really interesting.
Sorry to disappoint you, George.
It's all right, Dad.
Oh.
I'm used to being disappointed, Dad.
What?
You know my friend Trinny, Dad?
Oh, yes, Trinny, yes.
I think she's really pretty, Dad.
Yes, she's lovely, George. A lovely little girl.
I think she's really nice, really cool.
Yes, you've got a good friend there, George.
I've kissed Trinny, Dad.
Have you, George?
And we've holded hands.
Held hands.
Held hands, Dad. We always hold hands, Dad.
Right.
And we play on the swings together. I push her, and sometimes she pushes me.
Oh, that's great, George.
I think I might ask her.
Around for tea?
No.
Ask if she'd like to join us when we're next on the beach?
No.
Ask if she'd like to get an ice cream at the park with us?
No, Dad. I think I might ask Trinny
Yes.
to marry me.
Right. Yes. Why not? Why not do that, George?
I think I will, Dad.
Fine. Good. Well, I'm going to put the kettle on.
Okay, Dad. It's a
Catastrophe?
catastrophe, Dad.
What is?
It's a
Disaster?
disaster, Dad.
What is, George?
It's an absolute blimmin'
Complete what, George?
completely
Terrible?
completely terrible, Dad. It's really
Disastrous?
I've said that, Dad. No, it's
Devastating?
devastating, Dad. Really devastating.
Devastating, yes. What is?
Terrible.
What's terrible, George?
I've forgotten. But whatever it was really
Disastrous.
disastrous, Dad.
Catastrophic.
Catastrophic. It really was.
Well, I can believe it.
Dad,
Yes.
would Mum like working for you if you were her boss, Dad?
Oh, yes, I think so, George.
Why?
Well, I think I'd be a very reasonable boss, very considerate, totally likeable, accommodating to new ideas, flexible, willing to listen, fair in every respect, George, and good at delegating. I think I'm a good team leader, a good team player, a gentle persuader, an initiator, always up for a new approach.
Would you like working for Mum if she was your boss, Dad?
No.
Why not, Dad?
Good Lord, George, look at the time. Come on, or we'll be late for swimming practice. You know you're planning to marry Trinny, George?
Yeah.
I thought you found her a bit annoying.
Mum finds you annoying, Dad, and she married you.
I thought you bickered and got on each other's nerves.
Just like you and Mum, Dad, but I still want to marry Trinny.
I thought she was always correcting you and finding fault in everything you do.
Just like Mum does with you, Dad, but I still want to marry her.
But marriage, George, is all about the long haul and ironing out those issues.
You and Mum have been married years now, Dad. When are you going to iron out all your issues?
This isn't about your mum and me, George. This is about you and Trinny. You can't enter the sanctity of marriage too lightly.
Why? Is that what you and Mum did, Dad?
I think that lawn needs mowing, George. What's the matter, George?
I was just thinking, Dad, why is the sky blue? It's for school.
Oh, well, it's great that you're taking such an interest in your work, George. Do you want to know why?
Why what, Dad?
Why the sky's blue, George?
Oh, yes, please, Dad. Do you know?
Well, yes, George. The sky is blue because, well, you've got the gases, particles, etc., etc., and Earth's atmosphere plays a big part, George, a big part. And blue was the chosen colour because it's easier on the eyes. And of course, it's the sunlight and the way the sunlight interacts with the atmosphere. The sun reaches over the atmosphere, molecules scatter the blue light, but lets the red light pass through. And of course, the light from the sun looks white, but it's really made up of all the colours of the rainbow, George. And, well, that's why the sky is blue. Does that make sense, George? I said, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great. Right. Well, I need to...
Well, kind of.
What? Pardon?
Well, no. Actually, Dad, no, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, George.
Bye, Dad. I'm going to do something for school.
What?
I've got to find out why the sky is blue.
What? I thought I'd just explain that, George. George? Oh, goodness sake.
Chocolate sponge.
All sketches in this episode are written by Thomas Kett, except for Why is the Sky Blue, which is written by Sam Warren, aged 11.